States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The prayer today is about serving others. Father, allow me to serve others with a joyful heart, never keeping score, always giving, never expecting to receive. Allow me to give of myself, to give of my talents and of my goods, to give of my time and of my energy, to give of my heart and of my soul. Help me understand the needs of others. Allow me to serve others as you serve, with gentleness, compassion, and tenderness. Amen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Morning. I'll start with number 1. Just to confirm, no one would like to speak on anything on the agenda today. Okay, thank you. Moving on to item number 2. On January 8th, I approved for the Department on Aging an unpaid medical leave of absence for Mindy Hudak, an information and referral assistant, during the period December 29th, 2025 through January 16th, 2026, for up to 120 hours for time not covered by sick and vacation leave. On January 12th, I approved and executed for Community and Economic Development a satisfaction release of mortgage for Patty Holdings, LLC, as the mortgages from December 29th, 2015, for the purchase of land and buildings in the amount of $193,000 have been satisfied. Also on January 12th, I approved for maintenance the hiring of Riley Hensley to the position of custodian number 1906 at the rate of $18.68 per hour, grade 5, step 5, to be effective February 1st, 2026, with a 1-year probationary period. This offer of employment is contingent upon the successful completion of the required pre-employment conditions. And that's all I have for item number 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Adrian Gorton with the Commissioner's Office. Today's financials include supplemental appropriations for the Recorder and Veterans Commission in their general fund other expense accounts for a dog tag engraving machine, historic flag restoration, and replacement equipment, software, and supplies for making veteran ID cards, approved in session on December 16th, 2025. There's also a supplemental in the opioid settlement fund other expense account to make available to encumber for grants when and if they are approved for funding. There's also a supplemental in the American Rescue Plan Fund. The remaining money here in this fund needs to be expended before the end of the year. All remaining funds are currently obligated, which is approximately $3.1 million. Among the encumbrances are travel requests from the Commissioners to attend the 2026 Fair Managers Convention in Columbus, Ohio, from the Engineer's Office to attend the Ohio Society of Professional Surveyors Annual Conference in Columbus, Ohio, and from Job and Family Services to accompany a child in custody on a court-mandated face-to-face visit. There's also a purchase order from Water Resources to Perkin-Elmer US LLC to purchase an Avio 220 Max inductively coupled plasma water quality sampling testing device. That is a tongue twister. Among the vouchers are $50,629.50 from Maintenance to Junction Auto Sales Incorporated for the purchase of a 2026 Ram ProMaster low roof van, $21,375.52 from the Sheriff to Lexipol LLC for training software, $15,614.54 from the Sheriff to PAR Public Safety Equipment Incorporated for 4 mobile data terminals with docks, and $9,752.50 from the Veterans Commission to Intermuseum Conservation Association for a deposit on the restoration of the historic flag.
Adrian, can you talk about the supplemental in the opioid settlement fund?
Okay, yes. So last year, mental health came in and we committed to making $100,000 available to them to come in and request from us for grants to various organizations that would request it in order to further the purposes of the opioid settlement fund. And I am just making $100,000, that $100,000 that we committed to, available in the event that they come to us with potential grantee applications in case we need to certify anything or prepare that in any way, so.
Great, thanks. I guess we'll talk about that more at board discussion,
I
right?
can, yes, now or later.
Oh, we can do it later.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the financials.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Adrian.
But we previously have discussed this item that's next on the agenda. We brought it up at the December 30th meeting during board discussion with Deputy Rowan, Chief Deputy Rowan. So this is the agreement with Ashtabula County. This is in the second amendment to the current agreement that was in place for keeping, boarding, and maintaining prisoners from Ashtabula County and the Geauga County Safety Center. This is from January 1st through March 31st, first quarter, in a not to exceed amount of $45,000 a month.
I mean, my only question I was gonna ask, so it looks like we get $75 per day per inmate plus reasonable and necessary medical and mental health expenses per the terms of the original contract. And I just wanted to confirm that $75 a day is still sufficient to cover our costs. But I mean, there hasn't been that much time since the original agreement. So if you gentlemen are still fine with moving forward, we can do that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with the 75, because that's what the going rate is at the safety center.
Oh, is it
Yep.
like for other inmates as well?
I
Okay, got
think
it.
so, yes.
So I'll make a motion to approve number 4.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Elaine Malkamaki, Community and Economic Development. I have 2 items on today's agenda. Number 5, Department of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the Ohio Department of Development Community Services Division Organization Contacts Form for the Ohio Department of Development Community Services Division User and Roles Form in the State of Ohio, Ohio Department of Development Data Confidentiality Agreement for agency staff, Ocean User Agreement forms that are used to apply for and maintain CSD programs and grants. That is just contacts of who emails go to for Ocean for our CDBG allocation grant.
And you're just adding Amy and taking off former employees?
We
Okay.
did. And Mr. Dvorak is the CEO on that one also, so.
Okay, got it. I'll move to approve number 5.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
And item number 6, Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to electronically execute and submit the Ohio Department of Development Brownfield Remediation Grant Agreement, second agreement to the grant agreement, grant number DEV 2023-205-118B, to extend the date for completion through June 30th of 2026.
And this is the Snavely?
Yes.
I can't remember what the new name is, but
Yeah,
essentially.
it's
they have a new-
7145 Pine.
Okay. And I think I think you were here before to do a 6-month extension, and
We
you told us
did.
at that time you were anticipating needing
It was
another
supposed
6
to be a
months.
year. I was told it was going to be a year extension, and then when it came through, it was only 6 months. So we kind of knew we were going to have to do this.
Okay.
So
And are we anticipating any more extensions? Or
No.
do you think we're going to wrap it up?
I think we're going to wrap it up by June.
I'll move to approve number 6.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spudler.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liam.
Good morning.
In there.
Morning.
Nick Gorse, Water Resources. These next 2 items relate to the construction at the McFarland wastewater treatment plant. Item 7 is requesting the board approve and authorize Commissioner Spitaleri to execute the OWDA fund payment request number 2 for technical services in the amount of $69,223.94 to HDR Engineering. This is for their on-site work, their technical setup, behind-the-scenes review of management. So it's in line with the work that's been completed.
And you reviewed the invoices and you believe them to be correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'll move to approve number 7.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
The next item on the agenda is requesting the board approve and authorize Commissioner Spitaleri to execute the request for partial payment number 7 for Shook Construction Company for the McFarland Wastewater Treatment Plant Improvement Project in the amount of $832,207.46. This request will be utilizing the ARPA funds that were granted to us, another portion of it. It goes along about $1 million a month with these pay requests. When you have a $34 million job, it's going to be around that range. But invoice has been reviewed. We're moving along very well. The Headworks building, which has been my kept me up at night, is finally the concrete's coming out of the ground. So it's going to, in the weather that we're having, it not being so cold, I don't have to do as much heat to warm it. So it's helping us out right now. So it's on board, and looking forward to, fingers crossed, maybe October, we'll at least be bringing the new part on and transitioning the old one out. I know the project's not supposed to complete till July, but we got to work bugs out and, get the two running and then break the other one down. So my fingers are crossed that.
So when you say running in July, you mean of 27?
So July of 27 is the
Okay.
actual project completion.
Got it.
But the new plant actually has to be online before we can take the old one. So part of that project schedule is the demo and repurposing of the existing plant into EQ. So first we got to turn the other plant on, run them simultaneously while we work the bugs out. And then once we get to that point, then we can start demoing out the old plant. But at the rate things are going right now, I could see a potential October, start to turn the switches on to start testing the equipment, which is good for the department and for the county.
I'll move to approve at number 8.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spillier.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
Credit cards.
Yeah, 9, 10, and 11 are the First Amendment for the credit cards for this year. The first one is the resolution approving the use, which adds some slight adjustments for water resources and then additional employees for the county engineer's office, adding the Department on Aging and the building department, some updates for job and family services and maintenance employees. And then number 10, that's 9 and 10, and then number 11 is the quarterly use for Department on Aging, building, and Department of Water Resources.
I'll move to approve 9, 10, and 11.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
Well, Commissioners, I have items 12, 13, and 14. Essentially, it's taking the internship position. You might remember we had Max on board as a communications intern to test the waters on whether or not this would be a beneficial asset to have without going very expensive with investment in that. So I think we've proven that that was a valuable asset. We'd like to turn that intern position into a part-time position, and we feel the timing is right. As Mark, Deputy County Administrator, and I work with the board to finalize a strategic plan for 2026, that this would be a good time to bring a part-time employee. Still not a full cohort. Not quite sure if there's a breadth of work there for a full-time position, but enough for a full part-time position. So essentially, that's what 12 is doing, is changing the intern to a part-time position and then redoing the organizational chart and then asking for your permission to advertise for the position.
Amy, where are you planning to advertise for the position?
Our normal places, we have it on the BOCC website. I believe we put it in the News Herald. It's on Indeed. I think those are our usual go-to, and we've been having good results with that for our positions.
I'll move to approve 12, 13, 14.
Thank you.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri.
Aye.
Commissioner Brackey.
Aye.
Commissioner DeBoer.
Yes.
I also have item number 15. So essentially, as each year starts, we have to redo the engagement letters with outside counsel. This one specifically is redoing ours with Myers Roman. I wanted to also solicit from the board if there are other law firms you'd like us to look into to utilize as outside counsel. I'm more than happy to take your recommendations and look into those. I know that came up the last time we had added another firm, so if there's any recommendations you have, I'm willing to take those on. For 15, the Commissioner's Office is requesting the board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the letter of representation outside counsel with Myers, Roman, Friedberg, and Lewis for the year 2026 in the amount not to exceed $25,000 unless prior approval by the board.
I'm going to abstain from this one. I have a prior I have a prior of council relationship with Myers Roman.
Okay,
So I'll
thank you.
abstain from the vote.
So moved.
Second the motion. Any more discussion? Call for vote.
Aye.
Abstain.
Yes.
I'll take number 16. The Maintenance Department is requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment and compensation of public employees pursuant to ORC 121.22G1.
Well, should we have, should we move that to the end, just because I just think people are here for public comment, and perhaps we could have the board discussion and then public comment, and then do the
Sure,
executive?
absolutely.
Is that all right with everybody?
Absolutely.
All right, so then the folks in the audience don't have to wait till after the executive's over.
Okay, moving on to board discussion, we can discuss the NOACA meeting that occurred last Friday and some of the changes that we're still getting that are coming in from that. My understanding is that we have a resolution that needs to be passed by the board. Unfortunately, we don't have a copy of it yet from NOACA, so we're still waiting on that. We had hoped to do it today, but it looks like we'll have to do that next week. As far as the changes that were made, it's my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that the representation for your alternates has to be another elected official or someone that works for the county that has expertise in NOACA's line of work, so to speak. Is that my understanding as you know it as well?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's our plan. If there's any discussion that the board would like to have beyond that, that's our plan of action for next week.
Okay, yeah, we can do that next week.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else?
Oh, no, I was just
Okay.
gonna say the opiate settlement fund, was that the other thing before discussion?
It was. The other thing, so I know we might bring this up in another venue, but I was talking with Christine Lacomiac about the $100,000 that Adrian had mentioned earlier. Her plan is to go out with an RFP by the end of the month and then bring those recommendations back to the board for discussion. So really, that's the next step, and then I told her I would work with her to make sure that that goes out by the end of January. So that's really it.
And then when will responses be due? Do we know that, like what sort of timeline we're looking at?
She didn't say.
Okay.
I think I'd have to see what the RFP has in it, but if you have any recommendations, I can, if you like it fast-tracked, I can let her know that as well.
I'm agnostic, I was just curious.
Okay, maybe 30 days.
Yeah, I don't know what's typical for
Yeah,
them.
that's about right. 'Cause all the 501c3s are
30.
eager to sign up for a grant or any money for their worthy cause. So 30 days should handle it.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so that was that piece. I have one other item that's not on here, and I apologize. It's for the schedule for the board, kind of mirroring what we did last year. If you all would like to lean forward just for planning purposes, kind of it's top of mind. We were looking at, again, Black Friday, which is November 27th. This year, Christmas falls on a Friday, so we would just be adding December 24th, should you be so inclined. And then also New Year's Eve, December 31st. So I do have language teed up if you'd like to go ahead and do that, so that way we can just have the schedule done for the year, or if you'd like to wait as a board until we get closer to the holidays, that's obviously your prerogative. But we were just thinking, why not do it now and prolong it versus prolonging it?
I'm so excited that when we vote on it, like right before the holiday. I mean, I know
Yes.
it's nice for people to plan, but
Yes,
I almost feel like it's nicer to give people that tip off
right before the holidays. Okay,
But I I don't feel strongly about that if you gentlemen have another opinion.
Any other opinions on locking in the schedule versus waiting?
It doesn't really matter. I'm okay with both, I mean, just,
You have any thoughts, Commissioner
No.
Spudler? No? Okay.
All right, so we'll wait.
can we decide in July when it's halfway to Christmas?
Yeah, maybe that's the appropriate time.
People planning trips or whatever.
Okay, that's all I have for board discussion.
I have a couple of things that I had sent along the way with the tentative agenda and that kind of stuff. A couple of things that we have to kind of like go back and circle back on is boards. Whether or not you want to appoint an alternate for yourself to the planning commission board. And then there's another item we have to discuss about a current board member on planning commission and attendance. But Commissioner Dvorak would like to do a motion to appoint Mark Jemison as his alternate for the Ohio Public Works District 7 Integrating Committee. Their current alternates that were previously appointed are no longer with the county, so we kind of have to circle back and do new alternate appointments for Mr. Dvorak, and if Mr. Spitaleri also has one that he is up for consideration. I have been asked to appoint Mr. Jemison as the alternate for Mr. Dvorak for the OPWC district meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any more discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brady?
Aye.
Yes.
There is a meeting tomorrow morning at the county engineer's office. So. And then if you want to get back with me on planning commission alternates, we can work on that between now and then before their next meeting to make sure that we get that in place. But I know that Ms. Crombie reached out to Amy about an issue that we have to bring before the board.
Yes. So one of the members of the planning commission, according to their bylaws, you have to attend 75% of the meetings. So I do have in front of me the attendance roster as well as their bylaws, the excerpt from their bylaws. So a citizen member has missed 4 of the meetings, which you can only miss 3. So per the bylaws, the commissioners must discuss and quote, determine whether the citizen will continue to serve or forfeit their membership. If the board chooses to forfeit, the board shall appoint a new citizen member per ORC 713.22B. So that is an item that's up for discussion. That's within the realm of the board to say, no, this individual doesn't have to forfeit their position, but they have missed more than the requirements per the bylaws.
Did Linda Crombie send this person a letter?
That's a good question.
Well, that was gonna be my suggestion, is right,
Okay.
since the person's just one meeting short, maybe we send them a letter from the commissioners letting them know they fall short and that, for next year, please try to have better attendance, essentially.
Okay.
I'm sure you can write that in a professional
Yes,
manner.
very much so. Okay, I will work with Ms. Crombie to do that. That's all I have.
And what about the revolving loan fund board? We got a new application for that.
We received that application from Mr. Covey, who would also like to serve on the revolving loan and local revolving loan fund committees. As well as we also need to, there's a requirement of the planning commission director to also sit on that board. So up for consideration is whether or not you would like to consider Mr. Covey for that board, and that term would go through December 31st of 2027.
All right, so I'll make a motion to appoint Mr. Covey and Ms. Crombie to the revolving loan fund board.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for a vote.
Commissioner Spitaleri?
Aye.
Commissioner Brady?
Aye.
Commissioner DeVore?
Yes.
That would put those boards at 7, so that makes it okay. And then your planning commission appointments we'll work on for next week.
Perfect.
Okay. That is all I
Okay.
had.
I saw Ms. McCormick just came in if we wanted to talk about
The 100,000?
Yeah. Not to call you up right away, Christine, but
apologize, I thought this was gonna be a longer meeting.
no, we were speedy today.
No, well, come on up. I shared with the board our discussion about the RFP, and it seems like the board is interested in like a 30-day window to obtain those applicants, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
RFP. Is that about what you were thinking, Christine?
I think that's absolutely fine. It gives people enough time to write the RFP.
Okay.
I did have two things that I wanted to bring forth to the commissioners. Just since I've met with Administrator Bevan, that I met with Lake Geauga Recovery Centers on Friday of last week. And Commissioner Dvorak, the One Ohio money, they received the $300,000 for a recovery house. And they haven't been successful in finding a house for about a year. And they recently found one that is perfect. They put a bid on. It comes fully renovated, and also with all of the, bedding and beds and things. And they put a bid in for $350,000. So they have the 300 from the One Ohio. I wondered if that might be something the commissioners might be interested in helping with a portion of the other 50,000 if they can get this. I believe it would be it would help about 12 people.
I'm
So that-
very interested in, having a conversation in that direction, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see a proposal, just like I would from anyone else, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose. Do we know where the house is located? It's in Geauga County, I assume.
Yes, it's going to be in Geauga County.
It is, and I do know, but since I'm not sure if
Okay.
I can.
I understand. Yeah.
And then
Bill,
yeah. Okay, and then there was one other thing. I was at the sheriff's office yesterday, and they've completed the renovation with the space for agencies, and they don't have any equipment as far as like tables and chairs and things like that. So that was just another thing I thought we might want to consider, instead of it, being taken out of the county budget, that might be an opportunity to take it out of the opiate settlement funds. So that was just something I learned in the last 2 days that I wanted to bring forth. Okay.
Yeah, I talked to Chief Deputy Rowan yesterday about that,
Oh, good.
and sounds logical, very logical.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, to the extent we can use these settlement funds to displace what would other be money by tax dollars, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
And if we have really two good projects and it comes up to 110,000 or 106,000, we could make adjustments.
Okay. Well, I'll put the RFP out, and then we'll see what we get back. And if there's some additional dollars that you want to invest, then we can have that conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just to be clear, like, I do want, like, the sheriff's office to apply,
Yes.
just like anybody else, so they go through the process. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks, Christine, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thanks a
coming
lot.
Anything else, board, for board discussion? Okay. Okay, number 18, public comment. Those wishing to make a comment or ask a question on matters of concern, please raise your hand to be called upon. Begin by stating your full name and address, and you'll have up to 3 minutes to comment or ask a question, and are kindly asked to refrain from disorderly or disruptive conduct. Yes, sir.
My name's Skip Claypool. I live in Chesterland, Ohio, and I want to provide a bit of a clarification on the bylaw change that NOACA made last Friday at the special meeting. There's actually two bylaw changes that they made, one on Article 9 and one on Article 4. Article 4's bylaw change actually was more devious than what you had talked about, in that what it provides for is this board to decide who fills the 3 seats. There are 3 seats. It's either going to be a commissioner or an appointee. So technically speaking, the Board of Commissioners could take 3 people that are not commissioners and appoint them. That person then gets to appoint an alternate. The qualifications remove the ability for whoever is representing this county to pick the best person that they can. So it constrains them to people who are either employed or have a county position in the related areas. That was determined by Cuyahoga County. This whole thing is steered by Cuyahoga County, and we are allowing Cuyahoga County to undermine our sovereignty as a sovereign county, Geauga County. Article 9's provision basically removes the firewall that has protected us on a membership basis for a long time. It's a minimal firewall because Cuyahoga County has a supermajority as it currently stands, but it provided some protection in that it required any changes to membership to be ratified, with the exception of the census provision, to be ratified by all 5 counties. They removed that now, and the only changes needed to be ratified are ratified by the specific county involved. So Geauga County will be considering the changes to its county. This is terrible for Geauga County, and I'm going to ask the board to not ratify this change, to put this back to Cleveland, because this really harms our county and our ability to promote our best interest. And so I'm very concerned about the changes that I saw in the meeting last week. I'm very surprised that the ring counties didn't recognize the detrimental impact to these changes to them. I believe, at least personally, and my opinion is, they will recognize that. The other thing that it does is it sets up the potential of an internal battle. Right now, the seats are specific, 3 county commissioners. When you allow the provision for the board to decide who sits, now the 3 county commissioners get to have a little internal battle on who's going to take those seats. I think that's really harmful, and shame on us for letting Cuyahoga County do that to us. So thank you for the opportunity.
Anyone else? Yes, sir.
So, my name's Gary Niolo. I live in South Russell. As a former Planning Commission member, we prepared a letter that we drafted as a commission to the commissioners, explaining why we felt it was important for our commissioners to join with Lake County and remove ourselves from NOACA and form our own metropolitan planning organization. We sent the letter to the commissioners. To my knowledge, there has been no response from the commissioners, and we want to know, when can we expect that our commissioners will respond? We know that in one of our meetings, Ms. Brakey had made the comment that the letter that we prepared was based more on emotion rather than fact, so we revised the letter, and we explained that Geauga County contributes a significant amount of money through our gas tax to ODOT. The money from that goes through NOACA. Very little of it comes back to Geauga County. So fiscally, we're robbing the county, Geauga County, from the money that we have due us in our gas tax. Okay, so why we should put up with that is beyond me. I don't understand why we wouldn't want to make the motion to work with Lake County and remove ourselves from NOACA. Lake County is willing to do that. There are a lot of steps in our letter. We outline how you do that, and you're shaking your heads. I don't know why, but my point is, we made this clear on how to do this, and we're asking for a response to this letter. It should go to the Planning Commission because they're the ones that sent it to you guys. Thank you for listening.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll go back to item number 16. The Maintenance Department is requesting the board move into executive session for the purpose of discussing the employment and compensation of public employees pursuant to ORC 121.22G1.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call for vote?
Hey.
Hey.
Yes.
Will be myself, Mark Jimison, Deputy County Administrator, and Rob Weigel, Maintenance Director.
Yep.
at 10:49.
No action items.
No, no action.
Anything else?
I just have one brief thing. Jennifer Jones from Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste sent an email out yesterday about the need to do a special meeting, so just.
Already replied.
Yeah, perfect.
I replied that it's comfortable for me to have their meeting right after our meeting on Thursday, that Thursday, February.
You mean next Thursday?
January, yeah.
Yeah, next Thursday, 22nd.
Okay. 'Cause when does Trumbull County meet? Tuesdays?
Well, because of the holiday next week, they'll meet on Wednesday and Thursday, but yes, usually it's Tuesday. So
'Cause
they will
and
shift.
it's our turn to have the meeting here, right?
I don't know.
Well, this is a special meeting. This is in addition to the regular February meeting.
Have it down there. Okay. Okay, well, we'll just hear from Jennifer to see what the majority of the 6 people want to do. Okay.
I just want to make sure that you all.
Yeah, she sent a survey for you to reply back, which days work for you.
Oh, okay. I'll have
There's
to
like a link in her email.
click onto that.
Yeah. There was only 2 people that responded, including myself and I, yesterday.
Yeah, it just came out yesterday.
Anything else, commissioners?
Nope.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second. All in favor?